Let me tell you something that might sound crazy. The moment right before your breakthrough, before the money comes in, before your life finally starts to make sense, that's the moment you'll feel like giving up the most. You'll feel broke, frustrated, confused, and even start questioning why you ever believed this dream was possible in the first place. But what if I told you that's exactly how it's supposed to feel? See, people talk about success like it's a straight line, work hard, stay consistent, and boom, the money comes. But if you've ever chased something real, a business, a dream, a vision, you know that's not how it goes. There's this painful middle part no one talks about. The part where you're doing everything right and still nothing seems to work. The calls go unanswered, the sales don't close, your family starts to doubt you, and your bank account reminds you that reality is not impressed by your motivation. Robert Kiyosaki once said, "Before you get rich, you must first become rich in spirit." And that's what this phase is about: the waiting, the struggle, the doubt. Before the money comes, you're being prepared, tested, stretched. Because handling wealth isn't about knowing how to count it, it's about knowing how to keep going when there's nothing left to count. Let's be real for a second. You'll feel broke not just in your pocket, but in your soul. You'll wake up some mornings feeling like you're wasting your time. You'll look at people who gave up and got a regular job, and you'll start wondering if maybe they were the smart ones. Your phone will stay silent when you expect a client's message. You'll refresh your email hoping for a sign, any sign, that what you're doing matters. But there'll be nothing, and that silence will scream louder than words. Before the money comes, life will test your patience. You'll put your heart into a project and it won't sell. You'll create something that you believe in and nobody will care. You'll invest your last bit of cash into an idea, hoping this is the one that changes everything, and instead you'll lose it all. That's when most people quit. That's when they say, "Maybe I'm not cut out for this." But here's the truth: you are. You just haven't been rewarded yet. Kiyosaki said that when he first started out, he went broke more than once. In fact, he had to sleep in his car because he refused to quit. He called it his education phase. He wasn't losing money, he was paying tuition to the real world. Think about that for a second. You're not failing, you're learning. You're not being punished, you're being prepared. Before the money comes, you'll have to go through the stage of invisibility. That's when nobody sees what you're doing, nobody claps for you, nobody believes in you. You'll post your work online and get zero engagement. You'll talk about your business ideas and people will change the topic. And that hurts, because deep down, you just want someone to say, "I see you." But no one will, not yet. Because before the world sees your results, you have to become the kind of person who doesn't need their approval. You'll also feel lonely, because growth isolates you. You'll stop relating to the same conversations, the same weekend hangouts, the same gossip. You'll outgrow people without trying. You'll start craving silence more than noise. You'll start noticing that your focus makes people uncomfortable. They'll tell you you've changed, and you have. You've started seeing life differently. You've stopped chasing comfort. That's a good thing. And then there's the fear, that deep fear that maybe you're wasting time. You'll see someone who started later than you already making it. You'll see their wins on social media, new cars, new houses, success stories, and you'll start comparing yourself. But you won't see their sacrifices. You won't see their tears. You won't see the nights they almost quit. Everyone's journey has pain, it's just that people hide it better than others. One day you'll be standing in front of a mirror, asking yourself, "Why isn't it happening for me yet?" And you'll remember all the books you've read, all the advice you've listened to, all the effort you've given, and still you'll be broke. That's when you'll start to understand what Robert Kiyosaki meant when he said, "You're only poor if you give up." Because poverty isn't just about money, it's about surrendering your faith. Before the money comes, your belief will be your only currency. You'll have to spend it wisely. There will be days when that's all you've got, belief. And when you feel empty, that's when you'll have to borrow some belief from your vision. Because the vision came to you for a reason. You didn't imagine it, you were shown it. I remember hearing a story about a young man who wanted to start his own business but couldn't even afford rent. He worked from internet cafes, sometimes skipping meals just to keep his dream alive. People laughed at him, said he was chasing fantasy. Years later, that same man made his first $100,000, then $1 million, and built a business that employed hundreds of people. But he said the moment that changed him wasn't the first time he made money. It was the night he almost gave up, crying in the dark, realizing no one was coming to save him. That was the night he decided to save himself. That's what this phase does. It breaks you down so that you can build yourself back stronger. Before the money comes, you'll feel like nothing is working, but what's really happening is everything inside you is shifting. You're learning discipline, patience, humility, and resilience. Because once the money comes, you'll need all of those to keep it. Robert Kiyosaki always said that the rich don't work for money, they work for knowledge. And that's what's happening right now in your struggle. You're gaining the kind of knowledge no school can teach. You're learning how to survive when the world says no. You're learning how to trust your instincts when logic fails. You're learning how to bet on yourself when the odds are against you. You'll start to notice something strange too: small signs. You'll get a random message from someone who believes in you. You'll land a tiny client or get your first small sale. It won't be big, but it'll be enough to remind you that you're not crazy. And slowly, that momentum will build. Opportunities you once begged for will start chasing you. Doors you once knocked on will start opening. But none of that happens until you pass the test of patience. That's why Kiyosaki said, "The moment you feel like quitting is the moment you're closest to your breakthrough." And it's true. Before you win, you'll lose more than you can count. Before you shine, you'll sit in darkness. Before you get paid, you'll work for free. But every single thing you're doing right now is preparing you for what's coming. You'll look back one day and laugh at the days you cried. You'll realize those nights you couldn't sleep, worrying about bills or rent, were the very moments you were being molded into someone unstoppable. The pain was shaping you. The frustration was teaching you. The silence was strengthening you. So if you're in that phase right now, where nothing is adding up, where you're tired, broke, and drained, understand this: you're not being punished, you're being promoted. Life is preparing you to handle the success you prayed for, because wealth isn't just about having money, it's about becoming the kind of person who deserves it. You can't skip this part, you can't buy your way around it. Every successful person you admire has been here. They've cried in silence, doubted themselves, and kept going anyway. They've been embarrassed, rejected, ignored, and they still showed up. That's the difference. Not talent, not luck, endurance. Before the money comes, your faith will be tested in ways that make no sense. You'll wonder if God forgot about you, but He didn't. He's watching how you handle the waiting. Because how you act when you have nothing determines how you'll handle everything. So here's the truth: if you feel lost, broke, stuck, and frustrated right now, congratulations. You're closer than you think. The pressure you feel is not meant to destroy you, it's meant to refine you. The fire you're walking through is burning away your weakness, leaving behind only strength. Keep going, keep believing. Don't let your emotions talk you out of your destiny. Every no you hear is just a test. Every delay is divine timing. You're not behind, you're just being built. And when the money finally comes, when the results show up, when people start saying you're lucky, you'll know the truth. You'll know it wasn't luck, it was persistence. You'll remember those silent nights, those tears, those moments you almost quit. And you'll smile because you'll realize that's how you were supposed to feel before the money came. Because if it didn't hurt, it wouldn't change you. If it wasn't hard, it wouldn't mean anything. And when it finally happens, when that first big check clears, when that dream comes to life, you won't just feel rich, you'll feel proud. Because you didn't just make money, you became the person capable of earning it. So don't give up now. You're in the hardest part of the story, the part right before it all turns around. The struggle, the silence, the pain, that's not the end. That's the beginning of the rest of your life. Stay patient, stay focused, keep your faith, because this, right here, right now, this is how you will feel before the money comes.